life into something that you can never own.
Hello, Aries. So here's your reading for January 29th through February 4th-ish. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work for you. But let's see what the cards have to say for you. I need 3 cards for my Aries. Okay, hold on a second here. I feel this one and I need 2 more cards, please. This one, and I feel that one wanted 2 as well. Okay, and I need what is challenging my Aries. Oh, no, hold on. Well, he came up upright. He came out by himself, so that's the guy. And what is your recommendations for my Aries? Oh, 2 of Cups, look at that. Okay. In your recent past position, you have the 10 of Wands. In your current energies, you have the 2 of Swords. In your near future, you have the 2 of Pentacles. What is challenging you for the week is the 2 of Cups in reverse, and what is recommended for you is the 2 of Cups. So there's a lot of 2s here. Okay. Now, I feel that in your recent past, you've been coming off of a very stressful time. You've had a lot of burdens. There could have been something that you were really schlepping along for a while, and it was leaving you bogged down. These are always responsibilities that are very important and necessary, but it's a lot. When you have them all piled on together, it's always a lot. It's a lot of work. So you're coming off this energy of kind of having this a lot of work. And I feel that this is indicating that you've actually kind of come to some of a completion. Maybe not everything, but something major. You've kind of reached the end, because with the 2 of Swords here, now I feel like your current energy is, you're a little bit indecisive as how you're going to move forward. I wonder if with the 10 of Wands in the recent past, you really knew how you had to move forward because you had a certain goal in mind that you had to reach or certain things you had to attain. But now I feel like after reaching that goal, now it's kind of like back to the drawing board in a sense. So I think that you have some decisions to make, and you might be feeling a little undecided. And the 2 of Swords always represents not really knowing which way is the best. You can't really see the clear path fully. She's blindfolded. She doesn't really know. So she has to kind of somewhat go off of her intuition. There might be 2 options that you have that maybe they both seem good, maybe they both seem bad. So it's one of these energies that you're not really sure exactly how you're proceeding forward with something. But the 2 of Pentacles indicates in your near future that you will be juggling. This card represents kind of managing to juggle the different responsibilities and aspects of your life effectively, but it's always warns that you're one step away from dropping the ball. Like, you're kind of on a balancing act, you're kind of making it work, but you always are one step away from a mistake. But in your challenging position for the week, you have the 2 of Cups, which is all about disconnect. It could kind of be like, indicate, certain things are not really jiving well with some people close to you, or loved ones, or friends, family, whatever, coworkers, something. There's some type of disconnect. And the Cups represent kind of emotions. So it could be this disconnect could kind of be something a little bit more in the feels, Obviously, our thoughts and our emotions are kind of intertwined, but it could be there's some type of disconnect with somebody, or a situation. And I think the disconnect is really stemming a little bit from this 2 of Swords. You might be feeling you need to go in a certain direction. You're not entirely sure which way to go, so you might feel like a little bit disconnected from people around you, or from what you need to do next, or what is the best way forward. But what is recommended for you is the 2 of Cups. So this is saying that regardless that you might be going through this little bit of period of uncertainty, and you might be feeling a little bit disconnected, it's saying connect with people. Try your best, kind of, I don't want to say don't worry about it, but the 2 of Cups in the upright is extremely positive. It's about kind of having mutual beneficial people around you or situations that just really jive well with you. So I think this is saying, regardless that if you're feeling a little undecided, not really sure what to do, and you feel a little disconnected, I think this is saying connect with somebody, go out, do something, sometimes when you I know with me, when I focus on a problem so much, the problem doesn't always get solved right away, but if I focus on something else, sometimes I have like an intuition or something jumps in my mind where I'm like, oh my God, what if I try it this way? And then it actually winds up solving the problem. So I think sometimes, what do they say? You can't see the forest from the trees. I think sometimes if you just take a minute away from something, you might be able to kind of get a better idea about it. Or this could be a little bit like you need a little bit of I don't want to say rest and relaxation, but a little refresher, because I feel like with the 10 of Wands energy, that's heavy. That's a lot of stuff. You're schlepping all these things. You're trying to get it done. There's a lot of stuff going on in the recent past. And now with the Two of Swords, it's like, I'm not really sure which way to go. But in the Two of Pentacles, I often feel that this energy here, you have a lot to juggle, and going forward, you're still going to have a lot on your plate. But the Two of Pentacles does it successfully, I would say. But this energy could be making you feel like a little disconnected, a little unsure, a little bit worn out a little bit. But I think this is saying that take a little time, try to connect with a friend or somebody that always is very positive for you. Spend some time with doing something, or being with somebody that kind of always cheers you up or perks you up a little bit. Because sometimes that's all we really need. Sometimes we just need a little bit of a break from our daily routine, do something else to try to shift us out of the funk that sometimes we get into. So let's see what other cards we get for you, and let's see where else this goes. And this one came out. Time for a deep dive, Swan Spirit. And I can't say this word. Rhodochrosite. I think I said it right that time. Rhodochrosite. Whatever. Remember your worth. Okay, and these two. Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation or meeting, hesitation, separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. Okay, and let's get one more. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Okay, let me smoosh them together. Okay, so here we go. Now, with Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. I really kind of feel like this could be some of you trying to go within a little bit, like almost like hermit energy a little bit, because I feel like a lot of this stuff is a little bit more external stuff you're having to do for other people, or you're having to have responsibilities, external responsibilities. But I do think the Two of Swords, sometimes this is more of an internal decision, or internal, I don't want to say conflict, but internal dialogue that you have with yourself that, okay, well, what am I doing next? What is the next step? So I think you're going to have to kind of go within and figure out what is it that you want. Like, what is the best way forward? What is the most practical way, or what makes sense for you? So I think this is important. And sometimes you have to kind of really take stock of what's going on with you, because sometimes I think 10 of Wands, we wind up forgetting about ourselves a little bit because we have all this other stuff going on externally. But I think sometimes the Two of Swords, it's almost like a pause period of, even though it's indecision, it's more of like a reflective period, oftentimes you trying to figure out, well, what am I doing next? So I think you need to, going within is a little bit a good idea. And remember your worth. And I definitely think that if you're making decisions on something, just don't make a decision just because you think you only deserve like X, Y, and Z. Like, you don't not see your worth, or how I said that funny. Make sure you see your value in the situation and don't feel like you're not capable of doing something, because there could be a decision that you're making that might be a little bit trickier or might be a little bit further long term, and it might require a lot of work or a little bit more stress or something out of your comfort zone. But that's okay. If that's really what you think is going to make you happy in the long run, or it's going to benefit you better, you go for it, you know? Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. Now, I wonder if some of this sadness is with the Two of Swords and this Two of Cups in reverse, with the kind of like not being in balance or not like having the gelling, not gelling. There could have been something that had happened maybe with a friend, and maybe for some of you, maybe this could represent like a friendship or a situation. Sometimes some things could be a little bit more burdensome, and maybe you're at the point where you're saying you need to do what's best for you, and you're making those decisions. And I don't want to say maybe it's like recommending you cut somebody loose, but maybe something has been going on where it's not really benefiting you, and you might have to go forward in a different way. Because the Two of Pentacles upright, to me, this is not saying fully cut that person out. Let's say if this is a person for you. It's not saying necessarily cut that person out fully, but I think the Two of Pentacles would be indicating you're going to be going forward with the friendship or the romantic relationship a little bit different. You need to balance it more. Maybe there's something that you've been feeling that you've been giving so much more of, and this time you need to give to yourself as well. Like, you need to balance it. So I don't think it's necessarily saying like fully cut that person out. If it's a toxic person that needs to be cut out, then you cut that person out. You will know for yourself. But sometimes the sadness and unsure of fate, like also the unsure of fate could be about this Two of Swords. You might not know exactly how to proceed forward with something. But sometimes we could be sad if friendships change, because they do change. If you know somebody long enough, you know certain things change within the friendship. Things adjust. You know, you change, they change, and sometimes things are not quite the way they were back in the day. But that's how people grow, and people change. So it could be just you might be reminiscing a little bit about things on the past, but sometimes you have to kind of just move forward a little bit and take a different path, you know, kind of go in a different way. Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. Now, the hesitation here could be the Two of Swords a little bit. You kind of, with the challenging, you could be kind of hesitant to even, because maybe the Two of Cups in the reverse, maybe there's somebody new in your life and you're hesitating in a sense to even go talk to them or something. Like, you could be kind of in the stalemate, like, should I go talk to them? Should I not? And then you're challenged with the Two of Cups, because that's like things not like jiving, you know, kind of not mutual connection. So it could be like you're stalling on going to say hello to somebody or something. You take that how it works for you. But I think this is saying that in the future, you're going to wind up really balancing everything nicely, and you're going to be, if you're looking for new love, for instance, or new friends or new whatever, this could even be a job situation. You take this however it works for you. But I think there's something, if you just kind of get in that energy of like, kind of this, because to me, this is a very peaceful card in a sense. It's about kind of like, I don't want to say wearing your heart on your sleeve, but just being open to other people and being acceptive and receptive. So I think this is saying that if you just kind of come with that energy during this week, I think you're going to get something very beneficial coming back to you. So I think that's important, you know? So, and then true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So I kind of think whatever this symbolizes for you, if this is a new direction you're thinking about going, I think by you kind of taking the steps towards it or being open to it, it's actually going to bring something that's very, very good for you. Now, this could represent love, or this could represent just a situation or a thing or a person that just really is good for you, just a healthy situation. And it could be a new person, it could be a new situation, it could be a job opportunity, it could be something new. It could be a new friend you met at Pilates, you know, it could just be something new coming in that has piqued your interest. Maybe somebody you could have fun with, go, I don't know, hiking or kayaking, or I don't know, something that you're going to really enjoy spending time with. But this make the effort. I think this is saying that with the Two of Swords, this is a little bit stuck energy, and the Two of Cups is a little stuck energy. So making the effort would really come into the Two of Cups right side up, I should say. The reversed one is stuck energy. The Two of Cups right side up is you making the effort, kind of being open to new situations or people or things, not being so closed off. So I think, you take that how it works for you, but that's what I'm kind of getting. So, okay, let's see what kind of quote we get for you guys, my Aries. I need one quote for my Aries. You were born an original, don't die a copy. And then you got, let's see these three. I'll take all three of them. They were all good. If your ship doesn't come in, swim out to it. Be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. Now, I feel like, obviously, we are individuals, but this is saying, like, you live life to the beat of your own drum, Don't let yourself get stuck in something just because you're letting yourself get stuck on something. Like, if you want to try something out, you try that thing out. So, and if sometimes with the Two of Swords, it's kind of like, oh, something's not working out. Because this could also indicate, you've worked very hard for something and now you feel like something's not quite working out. You're not really sure how it's going to proceed proceed forward. And you can kind of be feeling like something's not gelling well with you. But sometimes you have to make your own opportunities. Sometimes if something's not working out, it doesn't mean it's not going to work out. It just means that you need to be a little creative. You got to try something different. Oftentimes I get stuck on something and then you got to come at it a little bit different. You have to figure out, okay, what's another way for me to get to where I need to go? And you got to have that mindset. And you kind of, when you're down, you just have to get back up again. So I feel like this is you being like, okay, that ship is all the way out there. If they're not going to send me a raft, they're not going to send a little boat for me, I'm going to have to go get my own boat and go to them, or I'm going to have to swim. So sometimes you have to have that attitude. It's like, okay, well, if this isn't coming to me, that's okay, because I'm going to go to you, so don't worry about it. So sometimes you have to have that kind of, that never die attitude. Okay, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. And I think this is saying just be confident in yourself, because I think, like, even with the Two of Cups, this is like confidence. It's about accepting and kind of knowing your worth in a sense, and being open to other people. And sometimes when you open yourself up to other people, you could be fearing that you're going to get criticism or you're not as good as something or whatever. We have all these crazy thoughts going through our heads at any given moment. But I think this is saying just be open up to new situations, because something beneficial is coming in or will be, but you need to be open to receive that energy and just open and kind of, I don't want to say curious, but just kind of open up your heart in a sense. So, okay, now. Oh, I forgot to do the Spirit of the Dish. Sorry, guys. What Spirit of the Dish is for my Aries in this upcoming week? What's Spirit of the Dish? Okay, hold on a second here. Okay, well, you know what? Three. Okay, we were taking all these three spirits because to me they look very good. So three are jumping out at me. Not this one. So we have the slice, which is the spirit of the pizza. And honestly, this is one of my favorite spirits. And then not only do we have that, hold on a second here. These were not the spirits of the week. We have, let me put this over here. We have the scoop, which is the spirit of the ice cream cone. And we have the hot mess, which is the spirit of the sundae. So we have three spirits this week. And to me, they're good spirits. These are very, very positive, very positive spirits over here. Okay, let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay, so for your recommended dinner and a movie, you have thriller movies and Mexican food. So the energies you really need to be aware of or tap into is Capricorn energy. And this is all about kind of restrictions, responsibilities, life lessons. It also could indicate having to work hard on something or continue to work on something. And Sagittarius, which is very like expansion, good fortune, and being free-spirited, kind of being a free spirit. And you have 2 north nodes, which is destiny. So whatever this is, I think this is a bigger, kind of more like a destined. So if you're kind of meeting somebody or there's something new going on for you, I think it's more like it's been destined. It's been written in the stars for you, my Aries. And you also have the 6th house, which represents health, details, order, work, and structure. And you have the 10th house, which represents social status, career, and aspirations. And then we have UDEP 355. And you have happiness. And I think that's what you need to also kind of tap into, because some of this energy is kind of heavy, but I think happiness, the 2 of Cups is a very happy, kind of happy energy, So I think you just need to be a little happy, put on a good show, and, try to shift out of any funk that you may be feeling. And let's get a little charmy guy. A little charmy guy for my Aries. And we have like, I don't know what this is, guys. What is this charm? It's kind of like a... What are we thinking about this one? I mean, it's not a solid structure. So maybe there's something about kind of like the emptiness within. I don't know. I have to think of a meaning for this one. If anybody has any recommendations. Maybe this is saying to be light, because it's kind of like, it looks like something because it's not filled and it's not solid. So it's kind of like maybe a lighter thing, like kind of, it reminds me of something that'd be floating around like in the air. So maybe this is saying kind of be lighter for the week, if you've been feeling really bogged down, because this is not something that to me is like bogged down. This is something that would be floating, either on water or like floating in the air. So I think this is saying just kind of come with that light energy. And I kind of feel like this is something that would be a little bit more flexible as well. Because if it needed to go somewhere, it could just kind of float there. And so I think this is just saying maybe be flexible for the week and come with a little bit of a lighthearted energy and be open to new situations and people. Okay. I hope that made sense. Anyway, it is time. Okay, here we go. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Aries' question? It says, cannot predict now. Oh, so I wonder if certain things are kind of still up in the air. Maybe that's what this was really meaning, is that things are kind of up in the air a little bit. It can't predict. So some of your actions now between now and like your question actually coming to fruition might still be not really pinned down yet. So I guess like certain actions you take could determine the final outcome. So I think this is maybe going with that, like it's kind of a little bit lighter floating energy, and you have to be a little flexible maybe, or you have to roll with the punches a little bit. So okay guys, I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful week, and yeah, that's it. Okay, bye.